Av posted a video the other day where I was like, damn, man, you said that about me? Let me find it. Okay, here it is.
Look, I just talked about people mispronouncing or saying names wrong, but she was just, I don't know. Payne won't just be doing things, but that's his own thing.
YouTube producer beef. It's popular. It gets views. We talk about it. We amplify it. We join in and exacerbate the conflicts in the comment sections. The beef gets covered by other channels, which also amplifies it. Now, that being said, I really don't think the majority of these so-called beefs are even real. I think it's just people expressing opinions, and then the people watching the videos are interpreting it. Like, you know, when you're at the park and you see two people speaking in elevated tones, and you're like, man, they must really be arguing about something serious. And then you realize, nah, they're like 3 211s in, and they're actually brothers, and they do this all the time. That's just, they love to argue. My family's like this. Being at Christmas with my family members, some of them, would break the souls of a lot of people. Realistically, that's just how they talk. That's the culture that they created for their families. So there are people out there who simply just communicate in a way that other people interpret as being combative or aggressive, whatever. But I want to watch this video by Altruist who covers this topic.
What do y'all think about some of the argument and debate that's happening like amongst some of the music production influencers and whatnot on YouTube? I've been seeing.
And, you know, shout out to Ave Mcree and Bolo. I've met Ave Mcree in real life. Never met Bolo, but we've, you know, talked and obviously done videos together. But having said that, Ave posted a video the other day where I was like, damn, man, you said that about me? Let me find it. Okay, here it is. Timbaland really tried to compare the invention of the MPC to generative AI to make a point. Also, my brother DJ Payne wasn't trying to defend this, I swear. I was not trying to defend this. But look, like, my first instinct wasn't to interpret what he's saying as some kind of shot at me. As a matter of fact, I didn't even watch this, and then I did watch it. Throughout that whole process, he and I were texting back and forth about some completely unrelated stuff. So I think oftentimes people just need to calm down because they don't realize that people aren't actually angry in real life. Debate among people who respect each other is not inherently bad. If people start disrespecting each other, crossing lines, then it ventures into some other territory, but I don't think that's what happened with Bolo or Av. It's certainly not how I interpreted any of it. But also, I mean, I think Altruist at this point is saying that conflict related content is appealing to a lot of folks, and hey, the producer community is toxic as a motherfucker. I've said that a million times. So naturally a lot of folks are attracted to this type of content, whether it's based on authentic conflict or just manufactured or misinterpreted conflict. I don't know,
but I think we care about like drama.
Yeah.
We care about conspiracy.
Yep.
And I think that creates some urgency and some relevance. So it's a good way to start driving people to be concerned about what you're doing. So I often wonder how much of that is manufactured versus real. I'm sure some of it is.
Oh, he said what I just said. Okay, cool.
Real. But I think that drama part makes it like, it makes the numbers go up differently. The numbers gonna hit differently when it's like, oh, what did he say back? Oh, he said something. Oh, it's gonna be some.
If we were making the type of money that Kendrick made off of this Drake beef, I'd be beefing with everybody in the producer community in a respectful and manufactured sort of way. I'd be texting Busy Works all day, like, okay, what's next? I'm gonna make a video calling you a bitch, and here's what you should say about me.
Because I could tell you, I've watched it on my own channel. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all.
So one way to avoid negativity on YouTube and the producer community in general is to just create smaller communities. So I created a smaller community. It's a very small Discord server right now. We collab on beats weekly. If you join at a higher tier, you get so like right now, if you joined for $20, you would get my last 3 full sample packs. So that's like $100 in value more even, plus access to a sample vault with over 5 gigabytes of unreleased or now unavailable drum and sample packs. So it's a huge value if you join at the highest tier. Right now, as I'm making this video, there's 1 slot left. It'll probably fill up, but you can get coaching calls with me. There aren't any trolls. There aren't any spammers, because no one in their right mind is going to join my private Discord to troll, because they'll just get kicked out and then it's a waste of their money. So if you want to join, the link is below. Hope to see you there. Shout out to all the members. Appreciate you. And a lot of producers have these micro communities, and these are great ways to support them so that they don't have to struggle to always make content that blows up in YouTube's algorithm. So we appreciate that. Back to the video.
I'm intentional about the thumbnails and titles that I use for my YouTube content. I'm intentional about it. And I know certain thumbnails and titles allude to certain things that are triggers. That's on purpose. You can call it rage bait. You can call it whatever you want, because I already know that I'm perceived a certain way anyhow. I'm okay with owning that. If you perceive me a certain way because you don't know.
See, that's honest, and it's just a reflection of how social media algorithms operate. You know, people are quick to call everything clickbait. I remember someone called one of my videos clickbait, and it was, there's Timberland being sued or something, and it was because people were speculating that he was, and my interview was with the lawyer that represented K Fresh, and people were calling that clickbait. And I'm like, I'm actually talking to the lawyer in the, what are you talking about? You'll just call anything clickbait. But then the paradox of that is you won't click on anything unless it's a clickbaity title. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I thought clickbait meant, like, if I made a video and I titled it, Pain 1 punches Busyworks in the mouth, Busyworks responds with gunfire, and the actual video is me and Busyworks talking about the latest FL release. That's clickbait because it's a lie. Whereas if the title were AI platform gets caught stealing beats and the actual content is me covering some producer uncovering potential copyright infringement of original instrumental production on an AI platform, that's not clickbait. That's accurate. It's just kind of a sensationalized title that gets people clicking on it, because once they click on it and the content is consistent with the title, then the engagement goes up. If the title is a lie and it doesn't correspond to the content, then people are going to click away, and then that video ultimately fails miserably.
And if we really want to see some progress, we need to get past going after the easy target, which looks like us, and go after the real target that's after your identity, your research.
Oh, wait a minute. Is he talking about, yeah. I'm not going to get into the whole Mikey Schulman suit. I've made videos saying that too. I think actually that's what Ave Mcree said I was defending Timberland on, just simply because I said, let's stop attacking Timberland so much and focus a lot of that energy on Mikey Schulman. But there's one particular part of this video that really resonated with me. Let me find it.
The content that we get ultimately when we force people into this paradigm of being like a perfect robotic feeling character. And that's why I was trying to tell y'all, like, you know, it's time to show up authentically and not how everybody is kind of being trained to show up with their music. Yeah, everything can't be a marketing video. That's right.
They're talking about people staying in their lane. They're talking about homogeneity in the producer world. On the one hand, I do believe people respect authenticity. If you're making content that is inauthentic, it's not going to do well. But at the same time, a lot of people will criticize you. It's a catch-22. You can't fucking win. You make content that is authentic to you, and then the frustrating part is getting the backlash for your own authenticity. Here's what I mean. My personality is my personality. I don't jump in front of a video and start, hey everybody, wow, boogity boo, it's DJ Piggity Pain 1. What's going on, y'all? You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I get comments like these all the time, and I'm not complaining that no one loves me or anything. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying shout out to everyone that respects the content that I create. I know it's not super entertaining. I know there aren't fart sounds and flashing lights and epileptic seizure inducing animations. I get it. It's academic, it's dry, whatever. It's comments like these that show me a lot of people don't actually respect authenticity. So I understand why clickbait comes into play, why the producer drama gets exacerbated and amplified. Personally, if you don't like me based on a single video that you've watched, cool. I appreciate you leaving a bitch ass comment, because it actually does help my engagement. And as you know, I need it. But I'm old enough to understand that these types of comments are more reflections on the commenter, not on the person that they're analyzing from a single YouTube video. I've personally never done it intentionally. I've never sat down and made a video thinking, oh, I'm gonna piss everyone off with this. But people do it. One strategy to increase your video's virality, and it's fucked up, but this is the truth, is rage bait. Some of it's more subtle, some of it's really blatant. Some people will go online and just say something that they don't even believe in themselves to piss people off. If I jumped on my community post right now and said FL Studio killed the music industry, I don't believe that, but I guarantee you it would get a lot of traction, more than my average post, more than if I posted something to the effect of, hey producers, I encourage everyone to upload to this particular platform in order to reach a new audience of potential beat buyers. That might get, 100 likes, but me saying something awful about an entire community of producers, a fast growing community of producers, would get way more attention because people love shit like that. But there are subtler ways to do that. I've seen people make videos in which they intentionally mispronounce or misspell words just because they know that people are going to comment. If I made a video talking about Ableton live, you know how many comments I would get from people saying, "Oh, you fucking idiot, that's not how you pronounce it." Those comments boost engagement. I'm telling you, the algorithm is causing people to do funny things on YouTube, but not respecting authentic. Like, come on, man. I'm not making videos to turn you on, bro. I'm not your fucking boyfriend. Stuff like this is weird. This guy's left a bunch of multiple comments about why me not smiling is a problem. Like, there are articles about creeps that have this attitude. It's weird. Like, I feel like this dude is trying to get my phone number, at 9 p.m. on campus, and that's not why I make this content, man. I make beats, I make producer content. But in conclusion, I think viewers as a whole are the ones who decide ultimately what content is popular, what's not popular. And so if you're engaging with content that you claim you don't like, you are boosting it. If you are more interested in clicking on a video that maybe has reference to a conflict in the title, and you jump to social media, you jump to the comments, and you create threads about producer beef and this producer versus that producer, what you are ultimately doing is saying, this is the content we want more of. And then the producers on YouTube will respond by giving you more of that content. If you want the educational content, well, hey, you got to start sharing it. If you want positive motivational producer content, you got to start sharing it. You have to start supporting it. You have to start signal boosting it. It's really that simple. A lot of producers are making a living, or at very least supplementing their income with YouTube content, with video content across the internet. And so I don't blame them for listening to their viewers and trying to play the beat the algorithm game by creating content that maybe they don't necessarily love creating themselves, but they know they have to do it in order to make a little bit of ad revenue. I don't know. So it seems simple, right? Just support what you like, don't watch what you don't like, but humans are way weirder than that. Here are two people whose content I like, Ryan Schmidt and Omido Beats, and they are talking about why producers need to stop labeling their beats as free on YouTube.
You were just asking for somebody to take advantage of that, because people are going to see free and they're like, oh, well, it said free, I thought it was free, and they're not going to read the YouTube description. And now you're in this weird situation. It would have been a lot easier to just say, here's the beat and here's my beat store, like a link to my store.
Yeah, just keep it simple, right?
Yeah, don't use the word free, because free, people think free when they hear free.
Yeah, they see free. I've never done like free beats because I just think it's too confusing.
It is confusing. This does go back to the algorithm. Used to be able to just upload a beat that said future type beat, and if it was a good beat, it would get recommended to people who are searching for that term, and then it became standard to include the word free in a lot of beats. To me, it's deceptive if the beat is not a free download. Generally, what that means is free for nonprofit use. Every single beat that I upload, I have now enabled a free download on, because people like to demo stuff, people like to release stuff, on SoundCloud, whatever. Like, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. And I don't want to disable free downloads, because I think it benefits the artist. They get a chance to download the beat, drop it into their DAW, record to it. If they decide that they do want to go with that track, it was like a try before you buy kind of scenario, and they can go back to me and say, yep, I want this beat. I recorded a song to it. I know that I sound good on this track. I know that I like this song. I'm making a more informed decision. And it's better for me too, because a lot of artists will be on the fence about buying a beat until they actually record something to it, or until they actually are able to live with and sit with that beat for a while. So this offers them that chance. Now, in my opinion, it really doesn't matter if you label your beat free or not, if you tag your beat or not. People are going to steal it if they want to steal it. If they steal it, you can reach out to them and say, you need to buy this. If they don't do that, you can file a DMCA takedown, or you can register the track in as many different copyright domains, royalty domains as you possibly can. You can collect performance royalties or create some kind of conflict in the PRO system, register to collect mechanical and microsync royalties without even involving the other artists. So I've made videos about this. Generally, this isn't even worth your time. I mean, if somebody uses my tagged beat, beat and drops it, unless they do something wild like start filing content ID claims against me or other artists who actually legally license that beat, I'm never even going to know they stole it. Artists lease beats from me all the time, and they think that means that those beats are exclusive, and then we have to have that conversation. Or a lot of artists, this is kind of sad, a lot of artists will lease a beat from me and then come back and say, okay, I need to buy this beat exclusively because I need to be able to put it out on the platforms. I'm like, but you already bought a lease to it. And they just don't know that that gives them the legal ability to, you know, commercially release that project. So then that's another conversation that we have. I think ultimately the real villain here is the YouTube algorithm that kind of forces us to do extra shit just to get clicks to content that 10 years ago would have gotten clicks anyway, because either the beats are good or the content is good. Now we got to add free. Now we got to, you know, do all this SEO research. We have to stick to one very specific style of beat, one very specific style of YouTube content. It has to be flashy. It has to be contentious. There has to be conflict. The thumbnail has to be off the wall. We have to do something to piss people off so that they leave a lot of comments, and then YouTube sees the comments and says, oh, wow, this is an engaging video. I'm going to recommend it to more people. That's where we are right now in 2025. Love it or hate it, that's what it is right now. Will it change? I don't, probably not. Hey, if you have a suggestion, leave a comment. Or if you want to say, Payne, shut the fuck up, stop crying about shit, leave a comment too, because that helps. If you want to tell me to smile more, leave a comment there. And still not gonna fuck you. But hey, it will help the video, and it will help me so that I don't have to post an angry video response to Ave Mcree. Thank you.